Hey guys, Josh from Gundam here with another Gundam Msia review, and today we're reviewing the very hard to get, very rare, much loved Shadow Gundam. It's a figure from G Gundam. It's black and very cool. It's also known as the Spiegel Gundam, if I remember correctly. And I don't know, in some ways it just kind of reminds me of Death Scythe Hell Custom, maybe, because of the color scheme. Just slightly. It's a figure that comes with a lot of hands. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different hands. So you can imagine finding this guy 100% complete can be hard, because the more hands there are, the harder they are to keep track of. Let's go over the simple stuff first. It's got a core lander right here. Got some cool boosters and articulation. Not all of the G Gundams have core landers. For instance, the Grizzly Gundam has no core lander, so if this Gundam blows up, he's dead. Core lander, in case you don't know, the pilots ride in them and they just kind of plug into the back. Makes our Shadow Gundam look even cooler. Interesting thing about the Shadow Gundam is its shoulders go up like this. Why? I don't know, because, you know, the arm doesn't really go out that far. I guess, you know, if he wants to do a sideways attack, but that really doesn't stop him either. Don't know. Really just don't know. But they do. And that's interesting. Makes them different. You can see. It's kind of cool. Make sure these are armored at least. It's got these two very cool blades. Has a very German feel to it, as it's Neo Germany's mobile suit. Also, these are on a joint. So with the joints, I guess we'll cover the hands and we'll get to articulation. Two closed fists. Two hands with spread fingers. And two hands with closed fingers. These all come out of place. These swords can be stored up in here. See, they got a nice joint in there. And these hands show the handles, if you will. But honestly, I think that this is just a very cool weapon set. It just is. I mean, you just come up to mobile suits, just like, they're dead, cut in half. So, pretty cool. Let's go over the articulation. Head's on a ball joint, has a little bit look up and down, turns 360 degrees, has the core lander, which comes out, and sometimes falls out. Arm turns 360 degrees. Also to note that it's a little different. It's got a little wiggle room in there, just a little bit. The shoulder design is kind of like the God Gundams. Arm has a double joint in it. This makes a big difference. Makes him very flexible. The arm also turns 360 degrees, as does the hand. Waist turns, but not all the way. Because this part in the back gets in the way, as you can see. So it does not turn 360 degrees in the waist, but hey, who needs their Gundam to do that anyways? The skirt armor is on a ball joint on the sides, kind of like the Epion version 2. Very weird, but cool at the same time. Not really sure why it chose that, but it's cool. Legs. This is another part that's very awesome. Much like the God Gundam, I have this, kick the camera, this joint in here. So the leg can turn all the way around and it just stays on really well. You won't find his legs falling off very easily. The legs are also double jointed. Just got a great deal of flexibility in there. Can't go very far back though because of the skirt. It's not really going anywhere. But can almost do the splits. So it's got a really good knee joint. Goes kind of forwards a little bit too. And the foot's also on a ball joint, so it has some flexibility in there. And this part, just a little wiggle. Not really important. So, the Shadow Gundam has a lot of articulation, has a lot of flexibility. He's practically a version 2 in his flexibility, which makes him nice. Comes with all kinds of cool hands, and his core lander isn't half bad. Honestly, this is one of the cooler G Gundams that there are, and it's much coveted. Honestly, if you can find one, you better grab it, because, man, these guys, for whatever reason, there's not a good supply of them, and there's a high demand. Also, a little thing to note, perhaps why there's a small demand, is that his antenna, for whatever reason, is fragile. I mean, you can see I can move it, but I've gotten more of these missing their antennas than any other G Gundam or Gundam MSIA action figure. Period. For whatever reason, the Shadow Gundam does not wear well in a box. I mean, what does, but particularly the Shadow Gundam. But, the antenna is still fairly durable. I'm not saying it's terribly breakable. I'm just saying it makes him harder to find in good condition used. And I only sell ones that I believe are good enough condition to stick in my own collection. So, I hope you guys like this review. Like I said, if you can find this guy, buy him. And who knows, you might find one in our store. Gundams R Us, your favorite arms dealer. We're on eBay. We're a power seller. Should come check us out. There's a link at the bottom of the more info area for this video. And make sure you leave a comment down below about what you'd like to see me review next. We do take requests, and sometimes we do them. Catch you guys later. Bye.